Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Gabriel. I make and sell barrettes and hair accessories for my home here in Houston, Texas. I sell them on two places, on Etsy at Ann Gabriel Shop, and then my own website, Ann Gabriel. And then I do have them in two stores here in Houston. And for the last year, I've been trying to turn my side hustle into a full-fledged small business. And then every once in a while, I come on YouTube and we just have a conversation about things I'm doing to kind of improve sales or improve my website. And it's not really a how-to. It's just more of a commiseration. Like, this is what I'm doing, trying to kind of form a community of people who have small businesses. And things are going really well. It has been a moment since I've given an update. I was originally trying to do it once a month, but that almost seems like too close together. But now it's been maybe 3 or 4 months, and that's been too long. A lot has happened. So maybe every other month is probably the sweet spot. I don't know, but I can't really figure out how interesting this all is. For people on YouTube, I've been enjoying doing it, just kind of honestly just putting myself out there and just talking to people and having conversations. Other people tell me it's interesting to hear about, so I keep doing it, but sometimes I just think they're being nice to me. So I honestly don't really know. I'm like, do I keep doing this? My year is almost up, and the business is, I'm going to keep striving to turn the business into a small business. But I'm a little bit on the fence about the YouTube. So I guess we'll just keep it going, at least through Christmas and see what it is. It's not really my goal to be an influencer per se. It's just more about finding a community and talking and chit-chatting and having fun. Really, hanging out, drinking coffee. I'm drinking really good coffee today. One of my favorite businesses is Fellow. I like Fellow. I like everything they make. I don't know if they're really considered a small business anymore, but they're great. They're great. All their products are such quality. Okay, they're obviously not sponsored. No one ever sponsors me. I got 200. Hey, you know what you should do? You should subscribe to my channel. The least you could do is subscribe to my channel and say hello. I just would really appreciate that. That would make a lot. But no one sponsors me. My channel is so small. It's just mainly my friends. It's you guys. We're just hanging out together. Okay. So since we're talking about YouTube, let's start at YouTube. I should keep better track of my numbers, and I'm sure they're written down somewhere. But I remember around Christmas time saying I really wanted to get to 100 subscribers. And now I am at 280 something subscribers, so that is exciting. So that's was that 300%? Someone's gonna make fun of me and my math skills. But that's really good. And then part of me was forecasting into the future. I was I wonder if I can get to 1,000 for Christmas, because that's when, I don't know, things start to happen on YouTube. I doubt it. I don't really think. Listen, we speak into the universe and we make things happen, and we gotta, tell the universe and live as is, as if it's already happening. But the realist in me says 1,000 by Christmas seems difficult. Unless all of you subscribe and then you all have someone else subscribe. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe just, I am not above the pity subscription. So maybe if everyone who watches this subscribes, and then if you haven't turned off the channel already, and then you have somebody else subscribe, it's just I don't know, pity subscription. Listen, I make barrettes and hair accessories. I don't want to take life too seriously. I want people to have good looking hair and have a good day. That's all I ever really ask for in life. Okay. 280 something subscribers. I think that's fantastic. I'm really happy about it. I've had a couple of kind of collaboration videos. One I did I ordered some glitters from this great little shop in England called the Little Isla Company. We made some really cool looking barrettes. I'll try to put a pic put a picture in here for you so you can see it. And then I did like a swap video with Beachside Bead Boutique, and we shipped each other some stuff, and then we had to make things out of it. I had to make hair accessories. She made jewelry. And that was a really fun video too. So I hope to do more of those in the future. Beachside Bead Boutique just made those like little wristlet things for your phone recently, and that looked like a really cool video. So I think I might try to make something like that and record it and then tag her in it, because that was she makes some really beautiful stuff. So if you haven't seen her, go find her. And I like the little Isla company. She's a great little company too, and her stuff is really quality. The glitter is great, and it's kind of forced me to kind of up my glitter game. So I have an exciting announcement for Chris. Well, I guess we'll just get there. We're here now. So last year I did an advent calendar box, and it was very hard for me to find an actual box to put it in, because people want you to order so many. Like, I don't want to order 300 boxes. I wanted to order like 20. And so I ended up putting them in makeup bags. I bought makeup bags off Amazon and then gift wrapped everything and put them in a makeup bag, which I thought was actually a really great kind of middle of the row. Like, it worked really, really well. And I thought, well, instead of having a box, now you have this makeup bag, But like, my dream was to have an actual advent calendar with all the suspense that takes. And so this year, I am way more on the ball, and I have ordered advent calendar boxes to be made. They're being made right now. And I won't have them. I mean, in an ideal world, I think you're really supposed to have them made already, because like, influencers and magazines need time to receive them and then make the videos in time for people to order them. Like, I think that's happening right now. So I may be like a month late to certain things, but like, I think if I get them by August, like, I can fill, I'm going to give like 10 or 20 away to like, I figure like, here's my goal. I'm not going to tell you what it looks like, actually, the advent calendar box, because I think I want to keep it a little bit of a secret, but I'm very excited, and it's a 12-day, because like, I have to make this stuff, and I can't make 24 or 25 days, so it's a 12-day. But I ordered 70. I went from 20 to 30 to 50 to 70. And then I figured, okay, I'll give somewhere between 10 and 20 away and then sell 50. So I'm going to I'm going to pick like 3 to 5 like stretch companies to send them to. We're talking like 17 Magazine and Glamour, or, like some kind of high-end places. And then I'm going to pick a middle rung of like Texas Monthly and maybe a couple of the bigger influencers. And then I'm going to do kind of local, smaller influencers too, because it's hard only having 300 people watch your channel, and I want to find a couple of people who also only have 300 people and give them something to open. And because I've watched some of these hauler channels, and it's a lot of money that they're like spending, and I don't know, I want to support another small channel. So that's my goal. So we're going to have like big, medium, small to give out. So hopefully all of those will be out by like, I want to say September 1st. So that'll give September, October, to like make their videos or post on a website. That's my goal. So I'm in the process of figuring out what all the 12 items need to be in there, because not only do they need to be in there for the 10 or 20 that I signed out, I gotta then make 50 more. And that's a little daunting. So I'm gonna have to just start soon. And I already have some like really great ideas of things I want to make. So I think it's gonna work out wonderfully. I'm very, very excited about that. So I think all that's gonna kind of just take me up a level. And then I recently, there's this place called, I'm gonna totally, oh, it's called Range Me. Range Me. Yes, I think so. I'll have to double check that. Click lid, to the old. Okay, yeah, so I think it's called Range Me, and they're kind of an intermediary between like small businesses and large business. So like between people who make stuff and like Target. It's how you get your stuff into other stores. And so for a long time I've had my eye on them. But I wasn't like ready to like engage in that side of the business. And then I had a meeting with them, and the guy was, his name was like Paul. He was like amazing. Clearly, I am not like the client from. He is not making his money off me. He needs to find the next great thing. But I will say, and I was gonna say, and I'm not it. Like, but he was so kind. He talked to me for like almost an hour about things I could do to like. He like looked at my website and all sorts of stuff, and he was like really, really helpful. And but like he was also like, sell on Amazon, and then the goal was QVC. Like we have pulled no punches on that. That's the goal, to one day be on QVC. And he was like, you can sell on QVC and not on their website and not actually be in QVC. And I was like, you could do that? And then I started looking, and he's like, yeah, that's how random business are on like Walmart and then we were doing some like small stuff downstairs, like not remodeling, that sounds like too formal, but we were making some changes downstairs, and I was buying new door handles, and I noticed that Lowe's, people like, what's being sold on Amazon is being also drop shipped at Lowe's. So Lowe's is also Lowe's and Walmart and stuff. And I guess you don't actually have to sell on QVC to be like on QVC, on the website. Anyways, so my goal was to, now I'm going to start selling on Amazon and I'm going to put at the very least, put the advent calendar boxes. So the advent calendar boxes on Amazon and on QVC. That's my goal. Because I feel like if I had QVC, Amazon, my website, and Etsy, we should be able to sell 50. I don't know the price point yet. It's going to be a little bit expensive. So I'm telling everybody, like, save your pennies now. I think it's probably going to be like $125. It's going to be expensive. But there's just kind of like no other way around it, because my Barrettes themselves are between like $16 and $25, let's say. So let's just call it $20 a Barrette. So if you had $20 a Barrette times 12, well, let's call it 10, because there's scrunchies and stuff in there too, and they're less expensive, but that would be like $200 just retail, and I think it's gonna be like $125. So I think that's a good enough. I know it's expensive for like an unknown business, but I do think the quality's there, and I don't know how I can get it any cheaper. I really don't think I could do like $95 even. I think that's really tough. I mean, maybe $125 and then put on sale. If it doesn't sell for $95, but I don't think I can start at $95 and then sell it for $75, because when I do the numbers, I would literally like I'm losing money at some point, you know what I mean? And that's problematic. And I mean, they always say like the first year is the year of business, you lose money, and I lost so much money doing this. I mean, not really, but like, over time, this is not like my money maker yet, but it's, but I would like to kind of break even at least on these boxes. It would be helpful, in the grand scheme of life. I haven't lost money in like the way that like, I think there's like, I was just having this discussion kind of with my brother, with my husband, like what is a small business these days? Because there are small businesses that I don't think they're necessarily that small. And I think they have these like enormous advertising budgets. This is my advertising budget, like me chit-chatting on YouTube. That's why I do like the table topics and the other random videos, is because it's like, hopefully they'll also stumble across like my Barrette stuff too. And maybe only 500 people watch a video, or 200 or 70, but that's like 70 more people. If I make 100 videos and 70 people watch them, well, that's 7,000. Wait, 70 times 100. Yeah, it would be 7,000. That's a lot of people. You know what I mean? And so, and whenever I've spent money, like I don't ever spend a lot of money, but I'll throw like maybe $20 at Google. Like I never see the like profit from that. It's not like I get $20 in sales. It's like, I don't know if they're like just, if it goes to bots and it just feels, I mean, I don't want to talk smack about Google. They'll come after me. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, I've spent $20 here and there, whether it be on, Facebook or Instagram or Google or whatever, or Etsy. And it doesn't ever seem to like translate to something. And they're like, well, people have got to see your stuff like 10 times before they buy it. And like, I just don't have, I think there's businesses out there spending, I mean, I know there's people spend millions of dollars in advertising, but I think there's small businesses that are spending buku bucks, because even I go on like YouTube and I'll see the same 8 advertisements. I made the mistake. There was someone who was talking about like, I forget, this like green stuff, like maybe it's called A1 or something, but it's like, drink mix, and it's supposed to make you feel great. And so I Googled it, and now I see it. It's all that comes up on everything I own. It comes up everywhere. So they must be spending a fortune on advertising, just a fortune. I'd rather not spend money on advertising and then give you a better product for my, I mean, if I started adding an extra $20 of advertising and built that into my, advent calendar, then we're at 145. I just don't know. Okay, anyways, long story short, we're gonna have advent calendars, and you can buy them my website. I think I'm buying them on Etsy, and then I'm going to try to get them on Amazon and QVC. I have to open up a checking account in order to like officially be a small business to get. I think there's a way you can do Amazon without like a business checking account, but I think I need a checking account for other stuff, and I've never opened one. I just run it out of my personal banking account. And so now I have to go get a doing business as. I have an EIN, but there's this thing called a DBA, or it's called doing business as in Texas, but I think it goes by other names in other places. So I'm going to go get my DBA, and I'm going to open up a checking account, and I had this whole rigmarole with my bank that was so frustrating a couple of days ago. And ultimately, if they had just said, like, you need a DBA in order to open up this checking account, we would, the whole conversation would have been like 30 seconds long. But that is not what they told me. And we went around and around and around in circles, because I think the guy I was talking to was not that informative. And he was like, well, he was like, well, I don't have a business. And I was like, yeah, but you were on the phone answering the business account. You should know, whatever. Circle. I won't tell you what bank it is, but it was frustrating. So now I'm like, do I stick with that bank? Because they're the ones that have my personal account. So it seemed like it would be easier to stick with it. But they were so annoying on the phone that it almost makes me want to go to a new bank. So up in the air. Okay, so I wanted to show you something from my advent calendar. So I love my ponytail holders. I saw 2 different kinds, really. I saw the thick nylon, and these are not your cheap nylon ponytail holders. These are the really good ones. And so these are good for, like, if you're working out, or you just want a really tight hold, or you want to do a bun, these. And then everyone should know by now, like my 3-ring one, which is like the best ponytail holder on the face of the planet of all time. Okay. And in the past, I just sold them like this. Like, I would do 20 for $8, and they would come in this little thing, right? So I wanted to do 20 nylon and 20 of the 3-week ones. So but I don't want to put this in my advent calendar because I wanted to up the game, right? Because the advent calendar, I think it's like, it should be just like a knot tire, you know? And I also wanted it to like, you could, like, I think these are great for just like shoving in a drawer or carrying in your car, this like envelopey thing. But for the advent calendar, I wanted to have something that you could leave out like on your table or something that could just house your ponytail holders. And so in the scheme of like showing you like what I've been working on for the business, I decided I wanted jars for them. So these were the first 2 jars I got. So this one is like hexagonal, you can see. And then I did a clear one. And clearly these are for like makeup or, I mean, they're plastic, they're not for candles. So maybe a lip scrub or something. I'm not really sure. I just couldn't really gauge size. And on Amazon, I got these off Amazon. Amazon, I thought these kind of looked big enough, especially these. I was like, oh, that looks like, and they do kind of fit, but they don't look great. You know what I mean? So these were just immediately like a no for me, but I wanted to show them to you. So then we moved on. I'll tell you what the prices of these were, because I bought like packs of 20. So I can show you what the price is for each one of them. Okay. And then we moved on to, I was like, clearly I need it wider. So we went on to this one and then this one. And I kind of like both of them. I liked the clear. And I also like this gold lid one. And I kind of went back and forth on them. So we'll throw them in there. But they fit the ponytail holders so much better. Now, 20 is going to be a little bit of a challenge. That was my goal. But they have to fit in the advent calendar box. So that's the other problem. So the problem, these are so thick. That's my problem. The 3-strand ones are not going to be an issue. I'm going to be able to get 20 in there. No problem. I think this actually is 20 or somewhere close to it. Maybe it's just 10. But I have a whole bunch. And so they'll fit here. And I just thought they would look nicer like on, I didn't put those in very well, but just on your, yeah, I think the gold ones just maybe, yeah, maybe just look a hair nicer, I think, than the clear ones. I think I'm going to do a little poll, like which one you think is a little bit nicer. But I think I'm going to go with the gold ones. And then I did this on one of the gold ones. It's just a sticker. And then I wrapped the gold with the pink. But I'm not sure I love that. I'm not sure that I'm going to do some kind of a sticker or something on here. So it might look very similar to that. I think this probably doesn't have quite the payoff I want it to be. One, because I actually really like the gold. And two, for me to like glue, you know, if there's 20 times, I'm sorry, there's 2 in each advent calendar, that'd be times 70, it'd be 140. So the time for me to like glue all these on, I don't think the payoff is there. But I did make it, so I thought it looked good. You know, I was going to show it to you and see what you thought about it. But I think we're just going to go plain, and I'm going to go gold. Though I do like the clear a lot. So I just think the gold looks a little bit better for being on a counter. This looks a little modern, but maybe too sterile or something like that. So anyway, this is some of the stuff that I've been working on. I've also made a lot of improvements to my website. Maybe that's like a conversation for another day. But very briefly, I did start a blog, which has only one entry in it thus far. But I wrote a blog. And then I officially started my email list, which I was surprised. Here's the thing, it's like, so I have Squarespace, and I was surprised you have to pay extra monthly to have like email associated with it and everything, so that it's like automatic. I don't know why I was surprised. I mean, listen, the reason I haven't done it, I've had my website for like 2 years. The reason I've never done it is because I don't think anyone ever reads the emails. I don't ever read the emails unless I'm just looking for like a discount code. And then I usually go to like Retail Me Not or something like that, right? So I never read. So I was like, why would I set up an email that no one's ever going to read? But then I was like, okay, just set it up because it like, I'm trying to get my website kind of approved by Google as legitimate. And there's like a bunch of like little things you can do so that Google knows that you're like a real business and not just a scam business. And so one of those things is like a blog, and one of those things is like emails. And so I did set both those up. And then I've been working on having like Google Merchant Center maybe sell some of my products. But listen, I've been talking about pictures for like 100 billion years. I have to get better pictures. Slowly but surely we'll get there. Okay, so this conversation has been long enough, but that's where we're standing. So the future looks like this. It looks like I need to put together my fall like specials for my website. I'm gonna do a college hair set for Barrettes, so that you can get like the colors of your school or university or sorority in like a set, like a gift set. And then I'm gonna do some fall colors, and then I will have the advent calendar. So that's what I'm working on next. I'm really excited about everything. I think we're doing stuff. I mean, I really, sometimes when I talk about my Barrettes, because I just go on and on and on, I think some people think I'm crazy. Like, it's like I fully understand that the like world does not begin and end on a Barrette, but I love talking about them, and I love all that I've learned about like creating this small business. It's like every day there's just something new about it, and like I don't know. That's why I wish like this channel would take off just a little bit. Like I wish people would engage with me more about your small business or your dreams, or what's the Barrettes in your life. Like what do you want to do that might sound kooky, and other people are like, oh, just go work your 9 to 5 and leave good enough alone. Like, you know what I mean? But you can't. You're just going to go do it anyways, Those are the Barrettes for me. So, all right. Advent calendar. Start saving your pennies, please. Limited boxes. There's 50. Maybe I'll number them and sign them, because you could have the first. I mean, what if you had Estee Lauder's first, makeup advent calendar box signed by Estee Lauder? Wouldn't you want that? Oh my God. I gotta go now. I've had a really nice time talking to you. It's been, you don't really know how far you've come until you start thinking about how far you've come, So I feel a lot better kind of at the end of this conversation than I kind of did at the beginning. I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Fucking a lot. That's what we're going to talk about, So anyways, I hope you have a great day. If you've made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you for engaging everything. I hope you will at least, like, subscribe if you would, and maybe send this along to somebody. It costs you nothing to help support my delusion. I hope you have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.